Hi everyone. Uh, I'm back. This time to talk about B2B content and how to analyze B2B content using Dreamdata. So we just carried out a small internal training session here at Dreamdata, and I wanted to show you some of the answers that we can provide our customers with, but also how to get these answers. So I've prepared this small document of let's call them content questions that we'll go through in this small use case. And the first thing we can answer is, what content do accounts that end up buying consume? Which URLs are the most influential URLs per session that you have? Which ebook is the best one? Which article is pulling the most relevant organic SEO traffic to your website, meaning it produces revenue? Um, which page receives traffic, and where does the traffic come? Is there some irrelevant traffic being sent to several pages? All spot that. We'll look at the different kind of content entities that you can have. You don't only have your website. Might have an application. You might have a help center. You might have a G2 page, etc. All these things Dreamdata can help you aggregate as well. And then lastly, how to use content categories to isolate projects. So the first one we can start out with, that I'll show you, is answering this question: what content has accounts actually consumed when they end up buying your product? That question we can fetch the answer to if we go here to revenue analytics in Dreamdata and content analytics. And what we have here really is a selected time period and a selected business result for this demo account. Then what we can then say is that we know the amount of deals that came through this demo account. You can see here there's some app data, there's some website data. In fact, these are all the entities that we're hosting here. There's app, you can get where some of the demo URLs comes from. There's Dreamdata itself. So let's just focus on the front page or before signing up to product entities. And here you can actually see what are the URLs that people looked at as they bought the product of whatever your company is doing. What you're really looking for here is the URLs that are standing out that you wouldn't normally expect to be containing a lot of traffic or a lot of value. So on a normal website, you have a main navigation, and those pages always gets a lot of traffic. But what you really want to be looking for is actually what are the URLs that are super important when people buy, but that doesn't get a lot of traffic. So you can browse your eyes down here and spot what are the things that gets little traffic, but it's actually important. For me, for example, that could be the integration page. You rarely send traffic directly there. It could be the community page. It could be the about page. A lot of these pages typically gets neglected because they're not strikingly high when it comes to volumes of traffic. But for people who are making decisions about buying, those pages are very important. So that's use case one. I probably should pick up the pace here a little bit. Another analysis you can do with Dreamdata is to understand what URLs are the most influential per session they have. So that means if I go here to content, and here we have an analysis of the URLs, which of them are the most influential when it comes to a visit here. Does that become whatever business result you've selected later? Again, I can choose to look at all the entities content entities that we have, or just isolate one content entity. And now you'll see here in the table, you have these labels: high, low, average, or insufficient data. So there's some pages that gets a lot of that have a very little influence per session, and then there's others that are very important. So if I go here, I can see the integrations one is important, data platform is important. We can actually sort it by influence per session. So there's some pages that just had one visit and there was deals. But if you get down here, there's a bunch of sessions and then there's a bunch of influence. This helps you understand what are the URLs that people look at that are particularly important in buying signals. And that component we can use if you head over here to the, for example, the reveal section, where that is actually a really good signal that somebody visited a specific URL. We can go here and add that as a filter to the reveal dashboard, so we know what are the accounts actually that are visiting these pages that typically gets. What did I do here? I'll just refresh. So I can select the filter called URL. So I can, for example, let's say the pricing page is important. Then you can filter here and reveal whatever you learned inside of your content analytics. You can actually give yourself a list of accounts that were on these pages that are normally highly influential. And there's two use cases here. Tell the sales team these accounts looks like they're heating up, or maybe run some more ads on these accounts that you see below. But back to the content use cases. Now, which ebook is the best one that we have? Meaning, which ebook gets closest to influencing the most revenue? We have that signal up here in the engagement events. So you have different conversion names here. Some companies have multiple ebooks running at the same time. Here you'll be able to see each of the ebooks compared to kind of how impactful they were. So all I need to do is to select the conversion name as the things that we see on the graphs. And then you can see which of the conversions was there most of. If you had multiple ebooks, you'll be able to see which of the ebooks was it that we have and how are they influencing revenue. And then you can decide, if you had that choice, should I give my customers this ebook or should I give them this ebook? That answer is given here. Which article is pulling the most SEO traffic? Well, we got that answer for you as well. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. But what we essentially have here is a list of all the URLs that received organic traffic. And then you can sort it by the business result that it generated for you. New business or sales opportunities or MQLs. Well, what you want to be looking for here is they entered through organic search, but then they ended up becoming an actual, real, valuable business result. And then you can ask yourself two questions. Should I write more or less of this type of content? And two, can I rank this article better since I know that it's yielding business results for us? What else we got here? Which pages received the most traffic and from where? Go here to pages. And then you have all your pages, and then we just ask it simply to say which channels are sending the traffic to these pages. And I need to select the host as well to simplify what we're looking at here. Now you can see here's a list of all the pages that are receiving traffic, and you can see the channels of it. I think particularly us marketers who run paid ads, we want to know where are we actually sending this paid traffic. So if we have a choice, where are we directing it? And sometimes you'll see that, whoa, why are we sending traffic to this page? We should probably send it somewhere else. What else we got? Understand content by entity. I think that is actually, we've probably undersold this feature so far. But what I can do here is, for example, I can look at our G2 pages. I can look at our help docs. I can look at the URLs inside the application. But here I can actually take just the look at which are our help articles are people looking the most at, where does the traffic come from. That helps me decide which help articles do we have that needs to be absolute stellar when people are using it for different kinds of things. And last thing, which I haven't touched upon yet, is these content groups. And these can be used to isolate certain content projects. It can be like an FAQ, or it could be a blog, it could be product pages, or whatever it is. Once you've grouped these pages, you can isolate it, analyze these pages, so the blog is not hosted on our help article. So I'll just need to switch here and we'll see the result. And that helps us understand what type of content should we be making in order to, produce more revenue that drives, or produce more content that drives revenue. So that's just a quick look inside of how Dreamdata can really help content teams focus their efforts on what's driving revenue instead of just producing content out with no direction. You could say that all these signals we've looked at here are actually buyer intent signals that your content team then starts to operate by. And I think that's a very meaningful way for content teams to work. I hope you found it interesting, and I would be happy to demo it for you, or just take any questions in the DM. So just hit me up, and if you made it 11 minutes through, I say truly thank you for spending your time with me. Bye.